Hello and welcome to Professor Herman Manyora's channel. It's a new week. Monday is here with us. Professor, how are you doing this fine day? Subscribers still coming in, joining people. Our members still increasing. How are you doing though?
I'm doing well, and we really want people to subscribe. Like we have said, it's free.
It is free.
Yeah.
Actually, there are people who don't know how to subscribe. They think
You
that
just
immediately
press
you
that
watch.
place written subscribe.
Yeah.
You just press it and you have subscribed, and it's free. It costs you nothing. You join a family. Then you know we grow together.
Today, Professor is speaking about the state of politics in the country. Let's just start from what happened yesterday on Sunday, where Archbishop Jackson Olesapiti said that politicians should not be allowed to speak in church, and that is beginning with the Anglican Church. With him there was former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi, and even the Court Secretary General. He was there, and it seemed like the ANC leader, Musalia Mudavadi, walked out. People say he was walking out of protest. Was it because he was told they cannot speak? Is it time for church members and church leaders to say no to politicians speaking in their pulpits?
First, I don't know whether Mudavadi walked out of the meeting. To walk out means you are doing something in a protest. But to physically move away from something or walk out physically, maybe because of other reasons. He says he was going to Muranga, and indeed we saw him in Muranga. So I want to give him the benefit of doubt. But if he walked out, as people are saying, and there is indication this is possible because Court Secretary General and the others from the Raila Odinga side said it was okay. For what the bishop said, it was okay. But the Musalia Mudavadi side, led by Malala Senator, were complaining that the bishop ought not to have done that. So that seems to suggest
That they
maybe he walked out.
Oh.
And that would be very premature, very immature. That would be bad because he left Raila there. And I remember hearing the bishop acknowledge Raila, saying it was very good, he had come and had stayed until the end. You see, that's a plus for Raila, minus for Mudavadi.
Yes.
He should have waited for the thing to be over.
To be over.
Having said that, whether it's right or not, I don't see much benefit from stopping politicians from speaking in church. One, a church is not just a spiritual place. You must look at also the socio-cultural issues surrounding. Our churches are where people go and they show off their fashion, their nice cars. We are also used in Kenya when people go to church. So and so, salamia wa to greet people. This is us. This is what Kenyans are. That's our culture. It's our tradition. A funeral, our leaders are given. And I was saying on TV station, some station today, I was saying, you see, with the Muslims it's different. With Islam, all people in the mosque are the same. Completely.
Even their leaders?
Yes, there's no place for special. Nobody is special. Even as they pray, they are encouraged to move very close to each other. And you are here next to a Shushan boy, and you are a billionaire Muslim. So that's how it is. The people are the same. But in our churches, we are used to special places for special people. And we give them an opportunity to greet the... That's us.
Would you say this is a step towards the right direction?
No, it doesn't. The
It's
best thing
bringing
to
sanity
do...
in the
No,
church.
I challenge the church, including Archbishop Sapit,
Yeah.
to learn from the late Alexander Muge, Bishop Alexander Muge, Bishop Gitari the late, Archbishop, Cardinal, whatever name is called, Ndingi Mwana Nzeki. Those powerhouses from the church who are the voice of reason, who helped this church, in this country, in the fight against the excesses of Kanu, in the second liberation. Let them begin telling politicians the message they are occasioning this country. Let them allow anybody to come to church. Let them give the money they are giving. Let them, you are a thief. Where did you get this money from? Yeah. Let them point out the ills. Let them call out the politicians for who they are. That would be better.
That would be better.
Yeah, than saying you are stopping them from talking. That's not important.
The deputy president was also in a church. He has been known to be scriptural survey, but he was speaking about his bottom-up approach once again. He's back at it, speaking about how he's going to help people, how he's going to impact them. And his politics right now is seemingly stabilizing after the chaos that was there before. Is he heading towards the right direction of his game?
I heard him talk about the bottom-up and ideology. Is it English? They don't know what. Bottom-up is not an ideology. An ideology is a different thing. It's a much higher philosophical understanding of things. Saying you'll give people wheelbarrows, that's not an ideology. No, that's not an ideology. But well, he's stabilizing after the hit from Matiang'i.
Yes.
Because that was a major hit.
Has he done it well?
Well, he's trying. You give it to Ruto. I've always said this guy is not a guy you can just right off.
What do you foresee him doing in the next couple of months
He must
of his politics?
he must re-engineer his politics.
Does it really need re-engineering?
Yeah. Because this bottom-up thing is tired. People have torn it into pieces. He must come up with something else. The hustler thing, remember, I said the hustler thing was there. It was very dynamic. It was dynamite, but it was busted. It was a bubble. He came back with the same hustler narrative, put it in a capsule, and called it bottom-up approach. That again is being busted, so he will need to come up with something different.
As of now, he's saying that his opposition, the people that are going to fight him come 2022, are following him from behind. When he says something, they're coming up to try to catch up with him. Is this what Raila is doing? Is he waiting for Ruto to do something so that he catches up? Does it seem for you that way?
We have said as much many times here on this show, and so therefore he's right. But also don't forget, in the past few weeks, he has also been reacting to moves. Yes. He has also been reacting to what people have said. The Matiangi, the guy of ICT, I don't know what you call that guy. You know, he has also been reacting. The idea is he's being set up. I've said this repeatedly. Him is being set up to react to things and in the process make blunders.
But is the problem reacting, or is it that the former Prime Minister right now seems to not have a strategy that is bringing people towards his side? He has to use now the economic card that the Deputy President has been using.
No, you see, and I think we have said this before. We actually did a video on this. Raila had a problem. He was a prisoner of BBI. So there are many things he could have said, but he couldn't say. Because to say those things, you must begin by saying you are going to do them when you become president. And he didn't want to announce this issue of being president. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
For that reason, he was caged. Now he has come out, and you can see he's beginning to play his game openly, including as recently as the day he was in Kakamega, I think on Friday. So once he's now free to talk about 2022, with him as a candidate, then you'll begin to see some of his strategies come out.
Okay, tomorrow we'll be speaking about the former Prime Minister and his game plan. But as of now, we also have this conversation on Musalia's side, ANC One Kenya Alliance. It's time for them to come up with a presidential candidate, but they haven't yet. What would you say is derailing their announcement?
Because they don't have steam. You cannot roll a ship into the waters if it doesn't have steam. This has no steam.
And that's just what's happening with them.
That's the truth. No, I tell them, this is the truth. There is nowhere they are going. Even if they said one of them is where will that one person go?
Do they know that for sure?
They must know. If they don't know, then they are fools. And I don't think they are fools. So they know. They know there's nowhere they are going. They're only sulking. If you ask him, why you don't want to support Raila, he said, I've supported him so many times. I've even used my resources. That's not a good reason. So he's sulking.
Where do you see One Kenya heading in the next couple of months? Where do you see the coalitions that they're trying to come up with? Where do you see them going?
I think there are only two possibilities. But one really is what the more I look at it, the more I'm convinced. These guys will just get together.
Get together?
They'll get together. They'll be together.
Going to Raila's side?
Yeah, of course they'll be with Raila. And they will support Raila. They know it. Oh, please, they know it.
Pretense up to now.
Let me give you a good example.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Mudavadi is said to have walked out of the meeting. Is that right?
Yes.
Did anything stop?
The
meeting went
continued,
on.
Yes.
If Raila had left, the meeting would have come to a stop.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody will follow him. And that's Mudavadi's stronghold. If Raila is the one who left with his people, the way Mudavadi left with this guy called Wetangula and other people,
Yes.
and you could see the body languages like they were not happy. I'm not sure. If Raila left, there would be nobody remaining there.
Was this a message? Should Musalia see this?
He
as
should
a message
see if he's not
from
seeing.
his people.
Ah, come on. They work with Raila. Raila is an old man. He will leave them this thing after some times.
Finally, let's talk about the campaigns that are still ongoing. And people have been calling the politicians. Raila is now getting into the campaign trail, and COVID is still there.
Yes.
And when it comes to politics, everything should matter, and it seems like they do not care. Even Deputy President William Ruto, when he was in Githurai, still the numbers, still the people, and people tired of all this.
You know, it's bad. You see, like the president said, you are having to balance between life and a livelihood. Between being mindful that if you do not lock up the country in certain aspects like curfew and what have you, life may be compromised. People will die. Yeah. But you are also mindful that people need bread. and they must go out to look for that bread. So this balance is so difficult even for Uhuru Kenyatta and the government. So why do you make it difficult for other people? And then politicians rubbish it and then have meeting. So in that case, it doesn't make sense to stop Matatu people from doing their business. It doesn't make sense to stop people in the hotel industry from having their business if the leaders are going to have crowds accompanying them.
Is the president incapable of stopping the politicians?
These are politicians and they are difficult people to deal with. They are people, bad manners, you know, and they are difficult. Can you jail them? Which jail can you take Raila to? Can you take Ruto to jail? You'll ban the country. So it's not an easy thing. So, what I'm saying is, it's unfair for the common man to bear the blunt of these restrictions of COVID. And then yet watch his leader. You close your business because of curfew, but watch your leader having 10,000 people in a place. It's very painful. Yeah.
So Kenyans should be able to see this. And
yeah, if we think we want to die, let's die. Yeah.
If you think you want to die, let's die. That has been the state of politics in this country. I'm here with Professor Herman Manyora. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Click the notification bell so that you get a notification once we come up with a new video. And if you find these videos impactful, why don't you go ahead and share. Have yourselves a lovely rest of your day.